Hey, welcome back to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Mike Griffith, Bakersfield, California. And Motorsports writer, I'm kind of laughing because the off time is often better than the show time when we talk about things. We are in the Kern County Raceway Park segment. And we've got Scarlett Saban here from the Ronald McDonald House and the always present Steve Hughes.
Yes.
From KCRP.
Thanks for having me, Mike.
I'm glad you're here.
As am I.
Fresh in there. We got a big event coming up this weekend. We'll talk about that in just a second. I just want to go over what happened last weekend, which was a big event as well. If you go ahead and roll a couple slides, Chris. It was the fireworks night out there. General Production Service, Salute to America. Is that what it was?
Yeah, their 50th anniversary of being in business. And if you want to think about that, as we were celebrating our Independence Day, 241 years for the United States of America, 50 years for General Production Service. So 20%. Right? Yeah. Of that time, General Production Service has been in business, and it was an honor to host their 50th anniversary. Great fireworks show, humongous crowd, and we topped that off with some top-class racing.
Then we got that. Roger Holder got the win in Superstock.
His second of the year, yeah.
And then you had the Lucas Oil Modifieds here.
Yep, Dylan Capello, the hitman, and he dominated.
He dominated. Only six. Interesting. Only 6 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah,
one yellow on the first lap,
yeah.
And then 74 laps of green flag, which ended up with a lot of cars.
Certainly does. Yeah.
And then we had the Bandoleros. Kiersey Young got the win, and this is a great photo here that from Donna Parent,
yeah.
Of the senior mini dwarf races, which this probably isn't the time, but the 17B there. Had that race won and got a little nervous passing a slower car and spun himself.
Certainly did. Popped a tire and ended his race. And Trenton Yurto assumed the lead after that. And I thought he was going to have that race won. Kiersey Young muscled her way to the inside in 1 and 2 and took the lead.
She had spun to start the race.
Yep, and she continues her win streak out there.
There you go. And then the junior mini dwarfs was a bit of a runaway.
It was. Noel Armstrong, you can see him kind of in the the background there, coming up around the 42 of Stephen Bazin, who finished up in third, and the 5G of Talon, he finished in second place.
So that was a good weekend and a great fireworks show. 2,300 shots
Talon
in the
Grady,
air.
by the way. Talon Grady.
Talon Grady.
Yeah, that was our second place finisher in the juniors. Yeah.
Big fireworks show.
Huge
fireworks show.
Yeah. So, it was pretty phenomenal. Something that I think folks will be talking about for a while. There was a finale, but that wasn't really the real finale. Then there was the finale. Zambelli Fireworks always does a great job for us.
You got that, and then you just roll right along this weekend, and a big show this weekend with charities at the forefront.
Absolutely. Mia Strong Night at the races is something we've been looking forward to all season. Johnny Bettingfield and JB Motorsports partnering up with Second Star to the Right, Ronald McDonald House, and of course the Sparks family for this huge fundraiser. It's going to be a great night of racing and fundraising for 2 great local charities.
How did this come about? I know Johnny's been doing various stuff for.
This is his third year.
Yeah. And does Johnny just decide to pick a charity?
Yeah, I think that's how it works. Wouldn't you agree, Scarlett?
Yeah, and Johnny and Mike Sparks, Mia's dad, are friends through business. And Mia, during her bout with cancer, stayed in the Ronald McDonald House at Stanford. And I got to meet Mia in December after she had completed her treatments. And she was one of our float riders for our Ronald McDonald House holiday float in the Christmas parade, and she had no hair. She was the spunkiest little person. And then Johnny contacted me and Mike contacted me and said, hey, we want to partner in Second Star to the Right, which provides emotional support and some other types of support for families struggling with cancer. They had experienced Second Star to the Right when they were staying in the Ronald McDonald House up in Palo Alto. And so that's how that charity was selected. And I've worked with Brianna and David Tate from Second Star to the Right on a local level with some things, and they're just great people. So it's 2 great local organizations, and I think I can speak on behalf of them as well. Every dollar that's raised for both the Bakersfield Ronald McDonald House and Second Star to the Right locally stays here to support our efforts here in the community. And I think that's what Johnny is looking for. In the past, I believe the money raised has gone directly to benefit a family and their need. I think one year was a veteran. Last year was a little boy that was waiting for an organ transplant.
Yeah, 2 years ago was Braden's Braveheart. That kind of is what started everything.
Yes.
We heard this story, on Facebook, and Johnny got to meet the family and meet Braden. The Eidenshinks are great folks.
Absolutely.
And raised a tremendous amount of money for them. A lot of travel back and forth. Of course, Braden waiting for a heart transplant. To this day, I think he's over 1,500 days on the list, still waiting. And then last year, it was a Wounded Heroes Fund locally that we raised money for.
And always good cause. And what's Mia's background story? How old is she?
Mia is almost 4 now.
Right.
And we're going to celebrate her birthday
I
actually
know.
out there. So we have
Was
to
that
work.
supposed to be a surprise?
She doesn't know.
Okay, all right.
But I doubt if she's paying attention to us right now. So it's Mia's birthday is actually next week. So that's her birthday party on Saturday night. So I'm sure Steve has some things up his sleeve. I know I'm going to work on some things.
She's our trophy girl also.
She's our oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And her hair's come back in. She's this little sassy thing and just absolutely adorable. And that's the thing with Ronald McDonald House, and I know Second Star of the Right, we really rely on the community, to help us. I know one of the things I overcome is, like, how does McDonald's fit in? We don't get 100% of our funding from McDonald's. We get about 10% of our annual operating budget from the local McDonald's owner-operators, but that means the other 90% comes from the community at large through events such as this particular one. So we're looking forward to it. There's some great auction items. We're going to have a silent auction, live auction, opportunity tickets. We're still selling tickets. If you tickets are $10 for general admission. You can purchase them from the Ronald McDonald House, and then you just turn in the voucher for the ticket when you get out to the racetrack and we get half the money from all those tickets sold. So
the ones that you sell through the Ronald McDonald
Yeah,
House.
we're utilizing the race program, which
Yep.
is Racing Accelerates Community Excellence. And so you purchase that $10 ticket, $5 of that goes right to these great local charities.
And that's a good deal. And you've been successful, and the racing community has supported the Ronald McDonald House in the past, certainly
Absolutely.
with Bakersfield Speedway.
Yeah, Race for Ronald.
That's
coming up.
that's coming in
which is
August.
coming up in August. So obviously, pretty generous community.
This community amazes people. When I have people, I just recently had people from the Global Charity visit again. And when I tell them some of the things that we do here on a local level, they're just perplexed because most of the time it's not this huge corporation. It's a car club or a locally owned business that are our biggest supporters. It's not this huge company. And that's what it's just, this community is so generous like that. And I know we're going to have a great success this Saturday as well as at our event in August. And it's because it's a community and they can embrace where they know where their money's going, and it benefits local, the local efforts we do here in the community.
So you'll get a handful of people to spearhead the efforts, and then it just branches out. They just go through there and get everybody that they can involve, just basically local networking then.
Absolutely. And I think that when we're sitting out there, and I know I can, again, for Second Star of the Right, say they're going to have families that have their own stories. And that's a thing whenever we're partnering at a community event, we'll have people that share their stories. Like, I still remember getting the text from a friend of mine about Mia having to go up to the Palo Alto house. And so I remember making a phone call to my contact up there saying, hey, I have a friend. Can you navigate them into getting a room at the Ronald McDonald House? So, that's the thing where, we're around the world, but we try to help each other out with the Ronald McDonald House when we need to get a family in somewhere. I still remember getting that call, and never did I dream it would turn into something like this event, or Mia's family comes and makes dinner once a month at the Ronald McDonald House now for our families because they remember that opportunity. People came in and did that when they were, staying in the Palo Alto house. And so it's the community that makes a difference. And Bakersfield is one special place, as, I think Steve will speak to as well.
Certainly is.
You got that. And among the raffle items, a
Yeah.
certain fire suit.
Yeah, there's Kevin Harvick's winning fire suit from the K&N Pro Series West race at Sonoma. Also, there are some items from Dale Jr., Martin Truex Jr., which came with a personalized note to the family and to Johnny for this event. Colby Lewis donating some autographed items as well. So some highly sought after stuff that's going to be some really great items. Barbecue from Lowe's on Rosedale. So there's basically two to three parts to this fundraiser. There's obviously the ticket selling part. Also, there have been some great partners that have purchased suites for that night, which half the money from the suites goes directly to the local charities. And then you have a silent auction, raffle, and then a 50-50. So to all raise money there. So we're looking to raise a good chunk of change for Ronald McDonald House and Second Star.
Well, that's a good deal. Chris, go ahead and show the slide of what's racing so we know what people are going to see when we're out there. Late models.
Late model twin main events, they're back. So they'll start the show and finish the show. Les Schwab Tire Spec Mods will return. And then something a little bit different. So the mini stocks and the legends are going to run a road course. It's not going to be too much longer than the regular quarter mile. And actually,
hold it. Attention, Louis Amistoy.
Road course race.
Road course for legends.
Yeah, it's not going to utilize the entire big track, but it will be on the quarter mile. And actually, as soon as I leave here, we're going to go start setting it up. We just got the barricades and the cones delivered, so we're going to mock up the track and share some photos with the race fans and the racers.
So you've got an idea of what they're going to do on that road course?
We certainly do. There's going to be a bus stop on the back straightaway of the quarter mile. They'll shoot back up and just kind of shoot through turn number 3, hairpin turn in that flat area back to an S, and then back up onto the quarter mile front straightaway to complete the lap.
Bring it up, bring something different.
A couple of right-handers in that deal, so shouldn't be what we're trying to do is capitalize on an exciting deal. And then make sure that these drivers don't have to make too many adjustments or changes to their cars, which will cost them money.
Well, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
And I heard the 22 car might be out there with the new driver, though.
Certainly will be.
It's sold.
Davey Hogsma will be piloting the number 22 machine, previously owned by Buddy Shepard and the Shepard Motorsports. And so we're excited to have the 22 car back. As a matter of fact, it made its debut just a couple of weeks ago and swept the night in the late model twins. With Buddy Shepard behind the wheel.
So now they're down to a 2-car stable, I think the Shepards are. Well, their Madera car, which is a totally different configuration.
Sure, totally different animal. Yeah,
totally different animal, and their Spirit Southwest tour car.
Their tour car. Yep.
There you go.
Excellent.
Okay, 7 o'clock as usual for festivities.
Gates at 5:30, racing at 7. Stay tuned. If there's any change in the schedule, we'll make the postings on our social media pages.
Okay, bring your wallet. Lots of hundreds in there. Donate to the local charities. Get out to KCRP this weekend.
Thank you for having me again today.
No problem. We'll be back in a minute with another segment of the Power Hour.